I just need to go over a few things before we move on to journal page 182. Um, there are some new ways of combining in these expressions now that I want to mention based on some notes that I have here. One is that you might start seeing nested parentheses and brackets. A nested parentheses means there's one set of parentheses nested inside of another. I think we'll find out as we come to these why we need to do this. I'm assuming it's because all these circles around circles around circles aren't very practical to use. So now we're kind of getting into the symbols that we need to use. Another thing that I'm seeing is like this problem has two multiplication problems or operations in a row. So if we were to just go from left to right, I would want to solve 4 times 5. But really, because this is in a parenthesis, we want to save this operation until later. So this tells me to solve the addition, and then the result of that gets multiplied by 5. And then it's 4 times the result of all of this. So again, it's that inside out, way method. This is just brackets instead of parentheses. Brackets serve a similar purpose. So it just, maybe people don't like to see double parentheses, and so a bracket kind of makes it a little more separate. But they both mean the same thing. So it's still the same expression. You have 4 times the result of 5 times the result of g plus 5. So you start here, right? And you multiply that by 5 and then the result by 4. So I wanted to make sure that you understand now that you might see nested parentheses, more than one, within another, and brackets, which are just the squared version of parentheses. Another thing that came up are what's called braces. So here we have this problem. 2 times 20 minus 17 minus 9 plus 3. So braces are these really weird squiggly little things that a teacher sometimes uses to make you think about what's inside of it. Okay, so for this expression up above, these are called braces, and the other one would be over here. They're kind of tricky to make. I was pretty proud of myself when I learned how to do these. So this problem is 2 times 20 minus the result of this. Well, normally you'd go here and you'd solve that, and then you'd go back to the 2 and you'd multiply that by 20. But that's not the order of operations they want you to do. So here's what the actual problem is. So they're going to use this brace. This is called a brace over here. It's another version of a parenthesis, but these you would see if the expression has 3 pairs of nested grouping symbols. They're sometimes used for the outermost symbols. So braces are going to be used for the outermost, the most outside operation you get to before you're left with like an addition problem on the end. So this tells you to solve everything in the bracket and leave the addition of 3 until the end. Okay, and then this problem also has a bracket here. And, oh, I messed it up. Right between the parenthesis and this brace. So this is actually a parenthesis, a bracket, and a brace right here. So that's another thing you might see are braces.